Hello everybody, it is freezing cold in my studio today. You really know autumn is coming and we had such a lovely day yesterday. But never mind, here we are. And this is, sorry about that, my camera died. This is one of the ones that I have been really looking forward to painting. It's been a bit of a challenge. I've never drawn a turtle before. So it's my first time ever doing a serious turtle. And one of the things that through this challenge hasn't failed to amaze me is the way that ink works. And I must admit, the more I work with it, the more I become in love with it. I can't stress enough the amount of tones that you can get with this medium. I've been using it like a watercolour, although I've been not dampening the paper beforehand. I have just been painting it straight onto dry paper, and this is a heavyweight. I don't know why I'm picking it up and showing you, but I am. It's a heavyweight cartridge paper. I don't think ink would lend itself to anything lightweight at all. What I like about it is the way that it soaks in enough so that I can ink on top, and it dries in just enough time for me to ink on top without the ink spreading. That is one of the things that I am really loving about this medium. And I think maybe giving yourself just maybe one a day for 7 days really isn't enough to fall in love with a medium. I really do think you need to give it, like Jake Parker said, and so rightly so, at least, well, it's 31 days, you know, a whole month in working with a medium. I think this is the best advice that he has given us. Like a lot of other cultures believe that if you use something again and again and again, something that you may be scared of, something that you may be worried about, you know, to conquer something, the one thing that in life that you may not like to do, to push yourself forward to do it. And you may find that it's not as scary as you thought. And it really does annoy me in the art world where people put these prejudices upon others. If one person is frightened of using watercolours, it shouldn't be the norm that they are scary. And no one's ever told me to be scared of watercolours, and I must admit I'm a bit of a maverick. And I tend to use mediums how I want to use them. I don't use oils. I have done, but I don't use oils for the fact of the drying time, and I don't really want arts of work lying around in my studio, and I don't really have anywhere else to leave them to cure, because believe it or not, they do take an awful long time to cure. So I tend to use acrylics more. But what I'm finding with this medium is that I am as satisfied using this as I am watercolours. And somebody asked if I would be adding extra colour to this piece. No, I won't be adding any other colour. I wish I had had it scanned so that I could have done it in colour, because it would have been pretty awesome, but too much for the eye to take in. But trying to create those depths of colours, a lot of the fish that I have chosen have like a pale blue, or like with the turtle, there is a lot of brown and green in a turtle. When you start to get your eye into these fish, there are an awful lot of colours. And some of the colours I've chosen, I've got bright yellow and, like I say, blue. And so trying to get this ink to act in the shades of blue or yellow has been difficult. And some of them turn out really well, and some of them not so good. And I've tried to do the composition where there is a mixture to bring each one out to complement each other. And I'm hoping that I am doing this. I am hoping that the whale will bring a lot of these together. But like I say, until the picture's finished, I have no idea how it's going to turn out. But if there is a medium that you are worried about using, you don't have to show anybody. You know, you don't have, this is the thing that I really can't get my head round. You can be in the privacy of your own home, anywhere, even in your own car, and you could take oil paints out, you could take any, not oil paints, but you can take watercolours out, you can take inks out, and you can dabble, just play. You don't have to be accomplished. You know, I teach an awful lot of children, and they have no concept of the barriers of watercolours or inks. They plough in, and I like to take that ethos in my own work. You know, I know the principles of watercolour. I know that watercolour dries and you can add and add and add. Well, what about exploring that with ink? And this is precisely what I've done. I've gone in light first and then dark secondly. And I'm gradually building and building and building the colours up. And it actually begins to create the form of the fish, the turtle that I am doing. And no one's ever taught me this. It's just a principle. And I'm not afraid. I was never afraid to use ink. It was just I couldn't see where I could apply it to my artwork. Now I can. Now I can see that I can create a body of work using ink. And it's a medium that I am honestly going to use in the future. And I found that by doing this Inktober, by going back and doing the polar bear, made me aware of many more things. So by using a different medium, you can apply what you've learned or look at fresh eyes with mediums that you use on a regular basis. And excuse me, I've just eaten a rice cake in there. Oh, I haven't had a lot to eat today. Reapplying what I've learned to the watercolours, and I was surprised how the bear turned out. And you know, do pop over and have a look. So what I'm saying to you is, go out, go and search in your studio. If there's something you haven't got, and even if you haven't got a lot of money, go out and buy a pot of Indian ink and get a cheap brush. What we're talking about, less than £5, probably less than £4. In America, probably less than $5. And go and draw something and just ink it. It is amazing. And it's, do you know what, doing this piece has really made me look forward to coming into the studio every day just to see this unfold. And if you've got a little sketchbook, go out and just sketch anything. It doesn't have to be good, and just ink it in. You know, my advice to anybody is spend 5 minutes a day just enjoying yourself with a pencil. Do you know what? You never have to show anybody. That's the secret. That's the secret all us artists know. You don't have to show anybody if you don't want to. So, please, thumbs up, comment, like, and best of all, become a subby. See you tomorrow.